it's working. So here I am live for the first time ever on YouTube on me Tarmac Terrace Potato channel. Merry Christmas everyone, hope you're having a good one, even though we're all locked indoors again. At least most of us are here in the UK, but I hope you're having a good Christmas anyway. So yeah, I thought I'd do a live stream because you know we're locked indoors, so why not? And hopefully this won't end up in a garbled mess of kilobytes and megabytes not making their way properly over the internet and coming out in a shite resolution. There is a comments section here on the YouTube if anyone wants to make commentary and tell me what a massive twat I am and how bad my driving is. This is completely unprofessional, by the way. I'm mucking about here with all sorts of windows. Don't quite know what I'm doing, but hopefully, you know, get a race out of it. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Successfully connected. So chat's successfully connected. It says I've got one concurrent viewer as well. So thanks, whoever you are. Say something in the comments section if you're watching. You're completely mad if you are, because you're watching some fool on a computer in Norfolk. Right, so I better give you something to watch. So I'm going to try and organise my windows and get off all of the other things that I'm on, like Discord and Facebook, because I'm going to need as much bandwidth as possible to do this. And seeing as I'm streaming and using OBS, which is a fantastic program, and I'm going to be using the fantastic Automobilista 2. I've posted this on the Automobilista Facebook page because Automobilista 2 is great. So I'm gonna use that to have a bit of a race. So if you're really that bored, you can come and watch. So I'm gonna need these things on. Actually, I've just realised you might not have even heard all of that because my microphone wasn't even on. This is how professional I am. Let's try and get Automobilista 2 started, I guess. Just to give you an idea of what I'm going to be doing. The plan is my channel is all about sim racing. Which is pretend racing, racing a car on a computer. So it's quite good fun, and I thought it might be fun to watch. So what I'm going to try and do is have an actual race live at Silverstone, which is a track I know very well, and drive and commentate and try and read your comments whilst I'm doing 100 odd mile an hour. I'm going to try and take out one of these. It's a Porsche Cup car. It's got somewhere above 450 brake horsepower, rear engine, and I'm going to take it to Silverstone, and yeah, hopefully that should be good. All rubbish. Oh my god, I'm live on YouTube. It's alright, no one's watching, so I could say what I like, really. Bimble fluff. There you go. I don't know why I said that. It's just something to say. Right, let's try and get Automobilista 2 started. So I'm going to start that in the background, and you should, hopefully, if my Alt tab is working, I've got Automobilista 2 running in borderless. So, and I've minimised my webcam into the corner there, so you don't have to see too much of me, because you know who wants to see that. So Automobilista 2 is starting up, and let's just Alt tab out to OBS so you can sort of see what I'm doing. So let's see if the actual window is working. Let's get rid of. We want to get rid of the Porsche window, because as lovely as it is, we want to actually see what's going on with it. So I'm going to resize some images here, and hopefully now, there we go. On Ballista 2, we're well in there. So there she is. Let's make me a bit smaller, because you know, yeah, see this ugly mug, do you? Right. Check the live stream. It seems to be working. Hopefully, it's coming out in some kind of resolution which isn't disgustingly pixelated. I am seriously expecting no one to watch this, because I've posted links to people who may or may not be interested, or you know, but I've not advertised this. So right, I need to get now. I need to check my sound's working. Yeah, my sound's definitely working. Hopefully, you know, you'll be do comment on if the resolution's bad, or if you can't hear the sound of the cars or my voice or something like that. So let's set this up. So here's the car. Isn't it lovely? 485 brake horsepower, 6-speed sequential box, and it's got ABS, which I'll probably need. Well, hopefully not need too much. Depends on my driving, really. I've been having a lot of fun with this car just recently. So let's see now. Let's go and find Silverstone. We're going to go around the modern layout of Silverstone. That's Snetterton. We're going to do a race there, definitely, at some point. So here's the modern version of Silverstone. 3.166 miles. And I don't know, we'll stick a little qualifying session in there just so I can run it to get the car view set up and all of that sort of thing. We won't go through. I'm going to start. I'm not going to qualify. We're going to go straight from the back of the grid. We'll use real weather, which is always sunny at the moment, because it's not actually doing weather in real time yet. This game from the actual weather forecast. But yeah, we'll just have simple weather. And what we're going to do? Let's have a what do you reckon? A 15-minute race? Seeing as this is my first ever attempt, I don't want to be trying to do this for too long, in case it's not actually working properly at all and is not even going across the internet. I don't know. Weather slots. Yeah, we want real weather, don't we? There we go. In real time. Race starting at 17 minutes. 15 minutes is quite a short race, actually. Just have 20 minutes. Okay. And I'm going to be starting from the back of the grid. And it's loading. So, whilst it's loading, I'm going to play some guitar. Loading song. And it's there. Cool. Oh god, that's really loud in my headphone slot. Okie dokie. If you are mad enough to be watching this and you've got the link from Facebook, you should now be on YouTube. And you can comment, or hopefully comment in the comment section on the YouTube, which I can see because I'm doing this all on one screen. If you're streaming, generally I think you want two screens, one to have all your commentating chat windows open, but I've got a big wide screen, so, and I've got a plugin. There's a really good plugin for Firefox that lets you have the window always on top. So I'm running Ultimate Ballista 2 in borderless window, so it fills the full screen, but I've also got my YouTube chat window up here in the corner. Hopefully it won't get in the way of my racing view and I can actually see what you're all saying. I don't know about that. Let's got to resize a window here, so I won't see all of the chat. Ah, the chat. There we go, that's in the corner there. Right, back to the game. So, right. I suppose let's have a look at the setup. All the other cars on the track. How many of them are there? We've got 30 cars. In fact, I'm just going to come out of this just for a second here to check that the skill level of the AI is reasonably attuned with mine, because it'll be a really crap race if they're really slow and I'm really fast. Not that I am really fast, or they're really fast and I can't keep up. So I'm going to have that. Yeah, that's right. 95% difficulty. I've had them on 97, but I'm going to be commentating and stuff. So part of my tiny little brain will have to be, concentrating on that. So I need to take off a little bit of their skill to keep up, because my skill will be diminished. Skill. Look at this boy. Skill. This face don't go together, do they? So, track's loading again. This it doesn't know what to say. Play some guitar. Play some guitar quickly. I don't know what to say. I'm getting lost. And has it loaded? It's not doing anything. It's stuck. No, it's loading. There we go. See, I told you this was all going to go wrong, didn't I? Oh, by the way, got Garfield here. He's me fan with this Fanatec sign. So let's have a look at our setup. What we got? 7 laps of fuel. We'll need to up that for the race, definitely. Should be, a good 2 minutes something per lap round here. So let's get into my car. There we are. Right, now I've got a problem straight away. My YouTube box is right in the way of... Yeah, my YouTube box is right in the way of my wing mirrors and stuff here. Not my wing mirror, my main mirror. And I want to see that because I want to see what's behind me. So I'm going to put YouTube box down in the corner there. Right, so that's the engine revving. Hopefully my voice is, audible over that. View's kind of nice and safe and how I want it. Get my pit speed limiter on. And let's get out there. So just have a quick practice run around before the race. Like I said, I'm deliberately not going to actually qualify. See how far back in my seat. Oh, too far. See my own collar there. Right, so basically I've got my wing mirrors and I've got my centre mirror there, but as you can see, part of the wing mirror there is cut off from view because my screen just isn't that wide. So I've got a proximity indicator running as well, which is going to be in the form of some little arrows, which will you'll see coming up at the end of this, at the bottom of the screen and to the sides of the screen. That'll tell me if there's a car behind me or beside me. And if I do want to look around, I do have buttons that I can press to look to my left and right. In fact, come a bit closer in so I can actually see me wing mirror there. No, that's not much use to me really. So this is Silverstone. It's coming through Brooklands here and Luffield. Currently doing Luffield there at about 82 kilometres per hour. And just gone past 160, which means kilometres per hour is roughly about 100 mile an hour, or slightly more. And immediately, see, I told you I was quite happy with making a fool of myself. I've immediately lost it completely at Copse Corner, and my lap time's been invalidated, which is good because it means I won't get a lap time, which means I won't risk getting a lap time because I want to start at the back of the grid. So yeah, brief tour of Silverstone. This is the Hangar Straight, and this leads down to Stowe Corner, which is my favourite corner on the track because I live in Stowe Bridge, so Stowe Corner's quite appropriate to me. This is my first drive of the day, so gonna try and get used to it. There, over on the right, there is the new pits. So we've come through Vale, coming up through Club, and as we come past the new pits here, we're coming on to the Hamilton Straight. So there you are, there's a good look at the new pits. And then we're up through Abbey here. Farm. This corner's called Village. No idea why it's called a village. There's not a village in sight. But I'm racing from a village, so I'm actually sitting in a village in Norfolk. This is where the computer, my potato, is situated. And down we come onto the Wellington Straight. And Wellingtons are kind of appropriate because they've kind of almost been needed in recent days' weather. Bloody windy last night, wasn't it? And back through Brooklands. And should be coming up towards Copse Corner. Which, if you look at the actual spelling of it, could, if you squinted your eyes and missed the eye, you could call it Corpse Corner. I suppose it could be Corpse Corner if you go through it too fast. Crash. Maggots and Beckets. That's some grass, which I don't really want to be on. And back down onto the Hanger Straight. So, Automobilista 2, if you haven't got it, or if you've never heard of it, it is a PC-based racing simulation. So in real time it will simulate things like your tyre wearing, your fuel diminishing, engine overheating, all of that sort of thing. Rubber going down on the track surface, real-time weather, although we're going to be using kind of static weather for this race just to keep things simple, because I don't know if I can cope with rain and pit stops on my first live stream. And it's coming on leaps and bounds. This is made by a Brazilian based developer called Reza Studios, and Reza are doing an amazing job. Since this game's come out, they are continually updating it, bringing new features, refining features already in the game, or features that are latent within the game at the moment but will become active hopefully at some point soon, like the real weather, where basically hopefully at some point you'll be able to go to the track and the weather at that track in the game will be governed by the forecast at that place in the real world at that time. That'll be cool, won't it? So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go racing. So I'm going to return to my pit box here, skip to the end of the session, and right, so the AI, it's estimated that the AI are doing laps at around 2 minutes 10 to 2 minutes 2 minutes 12. I've just done one in 2 minutes 15, but I wasn't really trying. So we'll continue on to the race. So 20 minutes is the length of the race, so I'm estimating that at just over 2 minutes a lap I'm only going to need about 10 laps of fuel. Let's stick 11 in there just for good measure. Check the live stream, and oh, there's 2 viewers now apparently. I'm popular. playbacks. There's 7 playbacks. I have no idea what that means. I guess that means someone's joined late and they've sort of played the video back from the start. Say hello if you're watching, you mad crazy people. You've got nothing better to do. What's my Facebook saying? Don't know what that's about. Someone's posting something to me on Facebook. We're not doing that at the moment. So let's get racing, and I'll try and keep an eye whilst I'm racing. I'll try and keep an eye on the comment section here. Maybe the comment section isn't working. I don't know. Maybe you are commenting and I'm not seeing anything. But if I see anything, I will try and reply. But do bear in mind, I'm driving a simulated race car, so I'm only going to be able to glance at the comments in this little small box in the corner of the screen. Momentarily, and usually when I'm on a straight and, you know, not doing overtaking or something like that. So let's do it. My first live stream race on YouTube. Link to the Book of Faces. Right, quite nervous about this now. 20 laps of Silverstone in a Porsche Cup car. I'm probably going to crash out in the first corner, aren't I? Anyway, here we go. How's my driving? Right, going green, going green. And we are green. Make sure my HUD's on the right setting. So I've got that black Porsche on the outside there, braking hard. These, if you see those little red and green arrows, that is cars behind me. And to my side, if they're green, they're, you know, they're not too close to you. If they're red, they're very close to you. If they're nowhere near you, don't get any arrows at all, but they're there because of my lack of peripheral vision. Oh, that was close. The orange Porsche there. Oh, getting a bit sideways. Orange Porsche there coming very close. We've got a black Porsche coming up on the rear. He is going for an overtake as we come down to Brooklands. He's on my inside. I've got the nose though, as in my car is a nose in front of his, so I've kind of sort of got right of way until he gets at least half a car's length in front of me. But we're sticking with the orange and white Porsche ahead of us. As we come up to Cops Corner, this can be a difficult one. You can take it pretty fast, but if you don't get your braking right on the apex, you go far too wide and go over those curves. We don't want to go over the white lines. That Porsche, that black Porsche, is very close behind me as we come through Maggots and Beckett's. You don't want to go too far over the white lines because you will get a track cut warning from the marshals. After 3 of those, it's a drive-through penalty through the pits, and you lose loads of time and places. Talking of place, Dan Howard. Hello, Dan. I've got an audience. It's Mr. Howard. Hello, mate. I hope you're having a good Christmas. Oh, okay. We've lost the position there. The black Porsche's got straight through. I blame you for that, Dan. You put me off. No, seriously, mate. I hope you're having a great Christmas, mate. Hope you've got something, you know, you can do whilst we're all locked down. I know Dan likes to sort of role-playing card games. And, that's alright, mate, no worries. So, he might be doing that. I suppose, in a way, this whole sim racing thing is a bit of a role-playing sort of thing, you know. Putting yourself in the role of a racing driver. And with technology getting better and better, you know, these racing simulations are now used by real racing drivers to train. Oh, we nearly made it through on that matte black Porsche. Do love that paint job there, not gloss, matte black. Andy's here! Hello, mate! He's telling me pay attention, Tarquin, because in Haverhill, where Andy's from, I am known as Tarquin. In certain parts of Cambridge I'm known as Hobbit Boy. Online I'm known as Tarmac Terrorist. And in general I'm known as that curly head twat who's really annoying. Right, I suppose I better concentrate on the racing here. Oh, as we come through Copse Corner again, because that matte black Porsche is getting away, and we've got an attack from the rear. Got a white and black Porsche. How fast can I make it through Maggots and Becketts? There's another comment come up, but I can't see it until I get on this straight. Oh, just a little bit too far away from the black Porsche there to catch the slipstream. Who's that? A man of many faces, says Dan. There's a Rolling Stones song about a guy known of many names and many faces. I wonder if I'm him. Okay, through Vale and Club, coming up to the Hamilton Straight. Come on! Gonna make some ground on this matte black Porsche. Oh yeah, getting a bit loose on the back end. Tyres just struggling for grip there. Up through Abbey. And now after Farm, you're pretty much flat out and then hard on the brakes for Village. This corner is tight and we're right up with the Porsche. Can we stay? Yes! Got on the inside. Through Loop. Tight left-hander onto the Wellington Straight. We have made places. So Dan's now asking, is the race against other players? Dan, unfortunately, no. This is actually, I'm racing the artificial intelligence, the computer, because the reason I'm doing that for a start, for my first ever live YouTube race, is because I thought if I tried to run a server from my computer whilst also uploading and using OBS and having Facebook and YouTube all open, it might use up too much bandwidth and end up with everyone having really, really bad pings. If you're not sure what a ping is for anyone else watching, if you're used to computer gaming, you'll know exactly what I mean. That's how fast one computer talks to another in terms of milliseconds. So if you've got a really good ping, like 12 or 24 milliseconds, then the cars, or if you're playing a shoot-'em-up game, the sprites will stay reasonably still on screen. If they're way up over 800 to 1,000 milliseconds, then they're jumping all over the place and it becomes unplayable. And I am losing ground on this yellow and white Porsche. Andy says potato net. Yes, exactly. I don't know what you guys think, but I think possibly I might be able to get away with if I set them. Oh no! Oh no! He's got through the black Porsche. Who is that? I mean, I know it's the computer, but these AI are getting better and better, and they have more personality. So let's put a name to the car. That is T. Emmanuel. In 28th position, we're in 29th out of 30, so not doing well. And going very wide! As we come up to Village, how late can I leave the brake in? You can hear the tyres tugging. ABS not really kicking in yet. I can feel that if it does through the steering. We get some good acceleration out of these corners here onto the Wellington Straight. Try and get some slipstream on the car in front. Dan says, let's keep asking questions. It really helps his lap times. Thanks, mate. Absolutely right. Yeah, it spurs me on. You know, my tiny brain coping with questions, commentating and racing. But anyway, yeah, as I was saying about, you know, if I get the bit rates set just right, so I'm not putting too much bandwidth on the stream, not putting too much bandwidth on the server, I might be able to run a server In fact, this is the next thing I'd like to do from one PC, while streaming as well, and have a race with people live. In fact, Andy there might be able to get involved with that, because I think we've both got a simulation called Assetto Corsa Composizione. So he could actually race with me. What do you think of that, Andy? And we come at Stowe Corner again. Got to try and concentrate a little bit through here. Currently here in Norfolk, I don't suppose I can complain too much, because with me rubbish BT Norfolk internet, I'm actually getting about between 16 and 17 and a half download, and unbelievably it's the same on the upload. It's the same on the download and upload, reasonably, so it might just work. Dan's just messaged me again. Can't read what you're saying just at the moment, mate, because I'm back at Village and Loop, so I'm going to try and I'll have a look when I get onto the Wellington Straight here. Oh yeah, just feel the back end coming around with the power on. Little bit of opposite look. Woohoo! Don't crash the car. I have got damage turner. What's Dan saying? Oh no, can't look, got a brake, sorry. We're back up to T. Emmanuel. Right, coming on to a bit of straight here. How fast can I read? Dan says, you may do better renting a server. Ah, well, my friend Pete in Cambridge, who hopefully has got the link to this, I haven't been able to phone him today, is watching. He runs I've got a server running in Cambridge. He runs it because he's got an amazing internet connection, because they've got Virgin fibre optics there, and he's just managed to get hold of a server computer for 100 quid, which has got, I think, 34 megabytes of RAM. So we might set up a permanent server on that. Pete's been working really, really hard on it. He's a very industrious man. Pete has actually built his own wind simulator and button box for his sim racing rig. Dan's saying something about the cloud. Oh yes, come on. Sorry, I'm a little bit of opposite look. Not going to look at the comments just now, because I might just be getting the legs on Mr. Emmanuel here. Come on, keep the power down. Braking late going down the inside of Village. I've taken Emmanuel at Village, but can I keep it as we come through the loop onto the Wellington Straight? Yes! We've done it! We have taken Emmanuel! Oh, and we are now back with the orange and yellow Porsche, orange and white Porsche that we saw earlier on. Dan is just adding more to the end of his sentence to see if I crash. Oh no! Okay, I've gone over the white lines because, yes, Dan, see what happened there? I was reading the rest of your sentence and I went over the white lines because I wasn't looking at the road, and I've just got a warning for cutting the track. So if I get 2 more of those, I'm on a drive-through. Penalty. Your plan worked. Andy's saying his AA skills are still weak. ACC, that's Assetto Corsa Composizione. We will get to drive together very soon, mate. In fact, very soon, because what else are we going to do whilst we're all stuck indoors and locked down? Oh my god, did you see that? The yellow and white Porsche having a bit of a moment there. Everything feels like driving on ice compared to Assetto Corsa, says Andy. Well, we'll have a chat on Discord or something and see if we can not sort out your force feedback settings, because I concur with you that if you don't get that game set up right, you don't get much feeling through the steering. But once it is, I promise you, you can feel really good. What steering wheel are you using? Are you on a Logitech G920 or a G27, or you got a Fanatec, or I'm not sure. Oh, I've gone wide because I was looking at the comments. Don't get on the grass because that's slippery. Oh, whoa, car's getting a bit loose now. Tyres are very warmed up now. They're more grippy, but that's persuading me to go close to the edge of grip, which could be dangerous. How far are we through the race? We've only got 5 minutes and 51 seconds left. Let's see if we can make some time, or make a couple of places, or at least just one place before the end of the race. Staying close to the inside through Luffield here, right on the back bumper of, who is that? Jay Lopez. Jay Lopez is the orange and white Porsche there in front. I don't know why I keep explaining that it's a Porsche, because they're all Porsches. It's a single make cup, this. CSL Elite! Andy's got. Right, well, that's very similar to what... Yeah, that's, of course, very similar to what I've got, because I've got the CSW, and they use some of the same innards. On the curbs there, can feel all of that coming through this force feedback. And onto the hanger straight. Using Fanatec recommended settings. Okay, that means you're probably using 100% damping. I'm using 0. Dan Howard, what lap are you on? I don't know, Dan, because I haven't got this race timed in terms of laps. It's actually over time, this race, so it's not counting the laps that I'm on, or at least I haven't got my HUD set up to see which lap in. Oh, lap 8. 8 laps. There we go, Dan. Oh, gone wide. Stay away from the grass. Lap 8 with 4 minutes to go. And I want to try and get in front of Lopez. Lopez looks like he's going for the grey Porsche with the black stripe there. And I think we're close enough to get a bit of a slipstream down the Wellington straight. No problem, Dan. Yes, getting slipstream. I'm going to pull out. I'm going to go for it. Braking as late as I dare. Oh, very close. I want to end up in the back bumper of whoever this is in the grey and black Porsche. We've made a place though. Possibly we'll make 2. So who is this now? Moncanu, or at least that's how I'm pronouncing it. It's probably completely wrong. Moncanu is the AI driving the grey and black Porsche, and we are catching Moncanu. I do apologise. It's probably a Brazilian name, so I apologise to any Brazilian speaking people who are probably now screaming the correct pronunciation of that name at me. As I said, this simulation is made by a Brazilian developer, Reza Studios. At the moment, this simulation is on sale on Steam in the winter sale, which is incredibly cheap. I would go out and pick this up in a heartbeat. Pick this up, if I were you and you like racing simulations. Right. Got to stay away from those sausage curves. They're so steep you can end up on 2 wheels going over those. And luckily, so far we haven't even damaged the car. Not had a knock through the entire race. So Quite happy around that. Round the outside of Moncanu, but couldn't quite make it, gone far too wide. I keep doing that there at church. Can we make it through? Oh, very close, very close. I had to lift off the accelerator there. We're so close. Oh, bit of a dive, but we're through. Okay, that was a bit of a fluke because I did get a bit sideways, but okay, we got past. How are we doing? 1 minute, 15 seconds. I want to try and read the name of what the next car is. We're making good ground as we come round Luffield. Mugaran. Sounds like Mugaran is in the other orange and white Porsche in front. Oh. And I just completely screwed up my gear change there. Good job, this car's a sequential with some sort of gear protection, else that would be a shattered gearbox. Well, it wasn't that bad a change, but it wasn't good. Anyway, let's concentrate for the last minute and a bit of the race. Lost a lot of time going there through Maggots and Beckett's because I was not setting myself up correctly for the corner. Oh, thanks, Dan. Yeah, it is a Porsche, as I have said many times. Sorry, have I not said that enough? It's a Porsche. All of those cars in front of me and the one I'm driving, they're all Porsches. They come from Germany. They have their engines in the back. They're like squash beetles, as Jeremy Clarkson would say. They're Porsches, by the way. Ah, there we go. Cool down lap is active. That is the end of the race. We have finished in 26th position. Hey, Nemesis 69 is here. All right, mate. Oh, just had a tap from a car on the cool down lap. Can you believe that? How are you, Nemesis? Nemesis is a guy who has done some pretty damn fast lap times in this game. He's on all of the world stats. Nemesis, you've joined us. Right, I'm doing my first ever YouTube live stream. Decided to see if I was, you know, not dumb enough that I could actually use OBS and figure out how to do this live stream. Is it coming out okay? Does it look all right? Is the resolution okay? Is the sound okay? I'm guessing you can all hear me fine because people are replying. And should I maybe do another race? What do you think? What do you guys? I'm gonna get you guys involved here. Should I do another race? That was quite good fun, and you guys seem pretty entertained. So fun to watch. Dan says, but he's got to go because it's Christmas and he's probably busy. Good to see you, Dan, mate. Merry Christmas to you and fam. Thanks for watching. I'll tell you what do you guys think if we're still watching? Let's actually stop this car here. Quite pleased with that result. Quite pleased with that. In fact, I'll tell you what, we can actually, through the wonders of technology, if I move this window a little bit, we can actually watch some of that. Oh, that's the end of that is the end of the race there. That's after we've all no, that's in slow motion for some reason. I don't know why that's in slow motion. These replays don't work very... Oh, there we go. Skip the cooldown lap. View the replay. Oh, there we go. That's the replay of the entire race. We're not going to watch that. I'll just leave that up there whilst I'm replying to people. So let's have a look at the stream. Oh. Hang on. So let's see. Nemesis says, looks great, exactly what I'm going to do in the next couple of days. Nice one, man. You got a camera? Yeah, Nemesis is saying the confidence to do it. I got really nervous. I've been sort of planning this for a long time and keep putting it off and putting it off, and then it's taken 3 days for me to set it up because I am that thick. But it has worked. Resolution is... and bitrate is clean. Good stuff. Thank you, Andy. And the stream looked good. Right. Well, I'm pleased with that then. So, what should I do next? Should I keep this stream going? Are you guys interested? I mean, let's pause. I'm going to go back to my YouTube window, which may pause the replay. Let's see how many people. We've got 4 people watching at the moment. Let's see what Facebook says. Has anyone sort of chimed in from Facebook? Oh, Jonathan Hoey. Hello, mate. I still owe you a £5. If he's watching, he's on Facebook. The Book of Faces. 5 concurrent viewers. Ha! 5. Ha ha ha. Inklemite, what about the online lobby? Good question, Inklemite. Shall we have a look? Because then I'm not using a server. I'm not running a server. A bit more light on my face would help, though, dude, says Andy. Do you really want to see more of my face? I mean, do you want to see that? You know, I could sort of open a window, I suppose. Shall I open a window? Get a bit more light in the place. Hang on. That's a slight bit more light. I don't want to have too much light, else it's sort of, you know, it shows too much of my ugly mug. Let's have a look. Is that better? It's a bit more light. Get a nice big LED panel and softbox. I will do other stuff and get more stuff, but I've only get your production game, and now you are big time. Thanks, Andy. I'll gradually be, you know, getting proper lighting and stuff like that. It's all money though, which at the moment none of us can earn. So at the moment we've got to make do with a little Logitech webcam, normal incandescent light bulbs. Right, so Inklemite wants me to go and have a look at the online lobby. So what I'm going to do is, for anyone watching who doesn't know what that means, I'm going to go onto the multiplayer. I'm not actually running a server, so it doesn't take up too much of my bandwidth, so I can go and hopefully race with some real people. But it's a bit of a lottery when you jump into the online lobbies, because you don't know who's on them. Well, there's one here which is in practice. GT3's at Bathurst. Andy, I've got some RGB shit. Sorry, Andy's just commented RGB. Get some RGB lighting. It's all on my computer, which is behind the screen. I know, it's rubbish, isn't it? I need to get better lights. I should have put some Christmas lights up. I can't believe this is actually happening, that it's actually working. So let's have a look at this server. They've got... Okay, I like the look of the settings here. I like the fact that they're forced interior view. Right, yeah, let's jump into this server. There are about 16 players and they're racing GT3s at Bathurst. So let's see how crap my driving really is now that I'm going to be racing with some real people, if we can actually get in there. Crikey, there's a lot of people. Got to wait for it to load up the correct cars. So let's see what's our choice of cars. It's all the GT3, so we've got the McLaren 720S, we've got the Porsche 911, the Mercedes, and the BMW. I think I'm going to stick with Porsches. This is a different Porsche to the one that was a Porsche Cup car I was in. This is now the Porsche 911 GT3R. So let's go with my favourite livery, which is always going to be orange and blue. And we'll stick with the Porsche just because it should be reasonably similar to what we've just been driving. Of course, this car, a lot more horsepower and also ABS and traction control. So we've got 500 horsepower in this car. And whilst we're waiting for the track to load, loading screen music, it's great, isn't it? Or how about a bit of Radiohead? Okay, that's enough of that. We're in. They're on free practice at the moment. 30 minutes of it. 30 minutes of free practice. And now they've got a Tarmac terrorist joined them. So I'm going to screw up their day with my terrible racing. Nemesis Bathurst plays are huge. Oh, yeah. So Nemesis is just pointing out a difference in balance of performance. The balance of performance with these cars, how fast they are in relation to each other. Yeah, there do seem to be quite a big discrepancy between them. Some cars are faster than others. I don't know how I'll do in the Porsche. I haven't really checked that out yet. But I tell you what, Nemesis, you could come and join this server, couldn't you? If he does, I'll let everyone know that he's in here. Well, you might just want to stay and watch. I don't know. Let's go check out what sort of lap times people are doing here in this server. I don't think I'm going to be able to see that until I actually start racing myself. So I better go out there and do a couple of laps. Oh, definitely got to change the view in this car as well, because this is not optimal. Inkelmite is coming in. Nice one, Inkelmite. Inkelmite, what are you actually called? What is your name in game when you're in there? So I recognise you when you come in. Now, let's get my seating right. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I like that. Can we see? Oh, well, the right wing mirror's partly obscured because of the safety netting there anyway, but as long as I can see me main mirror there, I'm alright. Okay, Inkelmite, see you in here, mate. Right, so I'm now online with real people. All of the cars in here should be real people. So let's get out of the pits nice and safely. I want to try and behave in this server. You know, not break any rules, go up the track, cause any accidents. This is serious stuff now. There's a very serious side to this pretend racing monarchy, you know, folks. I feel like a TV producer. I've got my own little production going on here, isn't we? We do live in an age of some amazing technology where you can do this from your own home. So this is Bathurst, which is in Australia. Also called Mount Panorama. The popular phrase for this track is, you know, all about conquering the mountain. And I've just lost all of my force feedback. This is a problem at the moment that needs to be addressed with this software. That randomly your force feedback will sometimes just completely go. I've got a completely loose wheel here. I've got no feeling at all. So what I'll have to do is stop safely somewhere on the track so no one else crashes into me, and escape out. I'll have to reboot the game and rejoin. Andy said this happens with his CSL Elite sometimes. Andy, I don't get this with any other software at all. Let's just check. So if I give you guys, sorry, the screen's gone blank there for a second. I've just got to check some Fanatec settings. See that. Yeah, what I was going to say, Andy, is this doesn't. Yeah, the wheel's all working fine. This doesn't happen with any other software apart from Automobilista 2, so I'm not quite sure why it's happening with your CSL Elite. Maybe something to, if you can tell me what sims that happens with, and how regularly it is. It happens with Assetto Corsa Composizione and AC. Nemesis is saying you'll have to disconnect wheel, easier than restarting and going back in. I've never have to disconnect my wheel, and that's a complicated job because the computer's all behind the screen and it's a whole mess. Fine with Project Cars, says Andy. Yeah, no, it's a weird one, mate. Definitely. Could be a driver issue, maybe. This is the worst sort of problems I have with my computer are driver issues for sure. Anyway, we're jumping back in. Hopefully, the force feedback. I do sometimes find that this happens when swapping between multiplayer sessions for some reason. This force feedback issue. So, hopefully, rebooting the game will sort that out. Oh, so Andy's. Everyone seems to be having problems with the force feedback dropping out. Nemesis, I forget what your wheel is. What is your wheel? Is it a CSL as well, or is it a CS Club Sport? Okay, we've got force feedback back. We're back in the server. We've got force feedback. Try and get a lap time. Pit speed limiter on. When you come out of the pits in this sim, unlike R Factor 2, when you come out of the pits in R Factor 2, your pit limiter is on automatically and you have to switch it off. In this, it's not on at all, and you have to remember to switch it on before you start driving and switch it off again after you've exited the pit, so you don't get a penalty. I got a warning for unsafe crossing of the exit lines. I'm sure I didn't cross the white line and did come out on the dotted line. So, wow, look, Bullet up there is lapping this track in 2 minutes 4 seconds. Well, near 2 minutes 4:09:09, which is practically 2 minutes 5. That's not bad. I'm going out on standard setup here with standard driving aids on, so the traction control and ABS will be set to low. Nemesis just said it's on a Thrustmaster TX. Okay, so there you go. So just to put your minds at rest, guys, we're all on different makes of wheel, so that then proves that it is the software, not your wheel, that's faulty. So and software can be updated and bugs can be gotten rid of, which is good news. I've got a car behind me. He's come quite fast. I'm going to let him through. You may have noticed, for anyone watching this who's not used to Automobilista 2, that car just kind of ghosted there and went right through me. That is because in practice sessions in this simulation, before the race actually happens, you can allow the cars to ghost, so they're visually there but not physically there. So, you know, you can't crash into them when you're practicing. Obviously in the race they become solid, because what's the point in racing if they're not? I have, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed with my hands here, I've switched to my sequential shifter down here rather than the paddles, so I can drive one-handed, just because I kind of like to gesticulate a lot like this whilst I'm driving. Oh, okay. Sorry, wasn't paying attention there. I felt the ABS kick in there and realised I was, losing traction. Just came out on the grass there at the bottom of the mountain. Thrustmaster TX, by the way, Nemesis, it's not that basic. It's got pretty good force feedback on that, I think, quite strong. Oh, I'm braking quite hard because I can really feel the ABS kicking in. This is a bit more sort of planted as well, it feels, than the Porsche Cup car, obviously. Andy just written me a message. I can't have a look just at the moment because I'm cornering as we go up the mountain. Oh, Andy's got a fresh Windows 10 install. How close can I get up to that wall? Look at that! Very happy with that. Can I actually get the curb there? Yeah, got the curb without hitting the wall, I'm proud to say. Curb on the inside, curb on the outside. Happy with that. I've got more comments coming through. Let's see that at the corner of my eye. Fresh Windows 10 install. Oh, USB power issues. That's not good. I'm definitely not losing any. If your lights are still on your wheel, you know, and you know your inputs, you know, steering left and right, and are still registering game, and then it's not a power issue because the wheel's still getting power. That would be quite bad if it is. I hope it's not that, mate. Glad to hear it's not happening in a couple of days. We've got Super London Cars here. Hello, Super London. For anyone watching, check out this guy's channel. This man, I can't read what you said there, Super London, because until I get onto a straight. I'm on a bit of a straight now. What you say? The quality of the stream is amazing. Keep it up. Merry Christmas to you, mate. Thank you very much. I'm glad it's coming through. It's my first ever live stream. Yeah, Super London Cars. He has a channel where he basically goes around London checking out some of the amazing automotive machinery that turns up there. And he does, I don't know how he manages to do it, but he manages to spot all the fly rides, and I mean fly, like 20,000 feet up fly. I've seen like custom Lamborghinis and, you know, those big Mercedes four-wheel drives with the spinner wheels, that sort of thing on his channel. A Porsche with a matte paint job like I was racing against just earlier, and it was in my favourite colours. It's my favourite video of his because he's got a Porsche in matte paint in orange and sort of turquoisey blue, well, blue but washed out blue, like the old Golf racing colours. Nice to see you here, mate. So check out his channel. It's a bit like being in Cambridge, because I spent a lot of time in Cambridge, and we get a lot, you know, if you're in Cambridge, you are very likely to see an Audi V10, Aston Martin, Porsche, you know, Ferrari, riding around. A lot of money in Cambridge. And we're actually catching up with someone, also in a Porsche GT3, Matty. We're behind Matty. Oh, get a bit wide. Oh, Matty's clonked the wall there. I'm in 15th position. I can't see where this guy Matty is because my readout here only goes up to car number 17. Oh, he's in 19th place. And brake as late as we can. ABS just started to kick in. Matty's gone wide, so have I. Look at that on the grass. Might have been a bit better handled if I had both hands on the steering wheel, because when the ABS kicks in, it does sort of, the wheels grab from side to side and your wheel does jump about a bit. I do think that's something in Automobilistic that could be improved, because in my general experience, well, I don't know, I've never driven one of these cars, so I don't know, but in my experience, when ABS kicks in, it's more of a subtle vibration. And we've got car number 6 and car number 7, Widowman and Lucas, now on track. They're in 6th and 7th, and they're obviously quite high up in the running. They're getting good lap times and they're quite fast, but it does look like SS Lucas there's got quite a bit of damage on the front end. Andy's coming in with another comment. I'll try and get to you when I'm on the straight coming down the mountain, mate. And yeah, as I thought, Widowman, who I think is in 6th, is coming up behind me because he's faster than me, so I'm going to have to let him through at some point. I'm not concentrating fully on my driving. I don't want to slow him down too much, you know, annoy people on the server. Try and be a good and courteous racer. Oh, I love coming down the mountain there. And we've made some legs on Widowman there. Oh, I've come in far too close on the inside. I want it to be outside, inside, out. Oh my word! Okay, SS Lucas completely lost it there. Right, I'm on a straight. Andy says we've got dropouts caused by driver instability. So yeah, I'm gonna have to slow down to read this. There's quite a long sentence. Oh. Yeah, no, Andy, I've got no USB problems with mine. It's just this software. Bathurst and chat don't mix. quick sort of I don't know, what's that platform everyone uses these days? Twitch or not Twitch? Twitter. Yeah, quick short phrases. Then I'm not concentrating on reading something that's too long, and we are being overtaken quite rapidly. By, I think that's Widowman. Widowmaker! He's running in 5th position. Oh! Little bit. Running very wide there, actually. Got another McLaren behind us. Also, by the looks of his front bonnet, with a bit of damage, so he's been really pushing. I'm going to let him through because he's got damage. He's been pushing it, and you know, I don't want to get crashed into. That is Brain Dead. Someone called Brain Dead. Oh, down the mountain. I love this series of corners. I really got into this back in the days of the original ISI R Factor. So, you know, going back. Oh, there we go. I've clattered the wall. It's just a slight touch. Hopefully that's not caused more than a slight dent. Car feels alright. Let's keep going. Can I get my braking right here now? For the bottom of the mountain. Yes, we've done it. I just felt a bit of that back end looseness from the Porsche that I'm used to when the weight of that engine at the back does take over. It's you know, it can be a bit up understeery up until the point you're under braking, and then the pendulum starts to swing. Oh, this ABS effect on the steering is really quite off-putting sometimes. So where are we at? We're currently running in 15th, so we're really slow. I'm 11 seconds off the leader. So that means I'm doing a 2:05 something, and I've just run out of fuel. There we go, because I only left it with 4 laps of fuel. And so let's find somewhere to pull over off the racing line. Right, that should do. Quickly return back to the pits. 9 minutes of driving left, so I think I'll go out with the same amount of fuel because, yeah, I only get 4 laps in that time anyway. It's not letting me drive. I've come back to the pits and it's not letting me drive. So, no, I don't want to exit out. Oh, there we go, there's our drive button. Let's get back out there. Oh, pit speed limiter before I get a penalty. Nearly forgot that. 12.9 litres of fuel. Pit speed is 59 miles per hour, which is nearly 60 kilometers per hour, which is probably around 35 to 36 miles per hour. Right. Let's try and get in a decent lap time, folks. I'm very glad the quality of the stream is coming out, because I'm actually doing this in a resolution of 34,040 by 1440, which is quite a big wide, an ultra wide resolution, and YouTube keeps telling me that that is not the expected resolution and not compatible. But I know, because I've tested it, it is coming out in that resolution, and it keeps running, so I'm quite pleased that it does, because I want you to see this whole screen. And I know that there will, on the actual video, there'll be a couple of black bars at the bottom of the videos, but you can see the whole width of it, you know, like a cinema screen, so that's good. Whoa! Using all of the curb. Oh no! Oh! Right, that's a very ugly mess of a car. How very embarrassing that was. Actually, I'm going to use that opportunity, just stop here in the pit, seeing as I'm here to just check the live stream. And 31 playbacks. Was that good? I don't know. First time streaming on YouTube. Hopefully that's really good. Let's check Facebook quickly. What are people saying on the Book of Faces? Nothing. Nothing, tra-la-la. Andy says F. Oh. I'll start my car again. Come on. There we go. Super London Cars said that's very good indeed. Yeah, if you're talking about the res, and I've you know, I have set the res quite high and the bit rate quite high, 6,000 kilobytes per second, I think. So, and seeing as, you know, I'm on a computer in deepest darkest Norfolk, I think I'm not doing, you know, too badly with the connection. Having said that, now that I've said that, it will probably go down in a ball of flames and screen will go blank at your end. Hopefully not. Oh! Okay, just had a car come right up my jacksy there, and I got a bit worried because I thought he was a real solid car. Is it a real solid car or is it a ghosted car? This is the confusing thing about Automobilista 2. At some point during the practice session they turn solid, so you don't know whether you're supposed to avoid them or not. So close to the wall there. Right, come on, let's get in the lap time. We're going to switch over to qualifying in a minute. I don't know what the race settings are on here, how long the race is for. Let's try and use all of that curb and get it nice and slowed down. Don't want to do what I did last time. Yes, through there nicely this time. Yes, happy with that. Stay close to the wall on the outside. Outside, in. No, going right, wide. Want to come out on the apex of that and then speed right, you know, get as much early power on down the straight as possible. Okay, it's all about getting the braking zone right on this corner. Yes, happy with that. Oh, a bit too much of that high curb there, slightly unsettled the car. That was tidy, happy with that. How's lockdown in London, Super London Cars? We've now joined you in Tier 4. Now, you know, have to abide by all of these rules that don't make any sense and aren't for your health, I don't think. Braking. Oh yeah, I'm very happy with that corner. Nice and tidy, got both curbs. Right, okay. Might have left the braking a tiny little bit too late for that one there. As we come up the mountain. Oh! Sylvia going backwards there. Quite a skill to actually get the car pointing completely the wrong way on this thin strip of tarmac with the walls on both sides. I don't know how he did that. But it's racing, so anything can happen. Right, get this right, come on tarmac. Yes! I am happy with this run so far. Hopefully it's going to be a good lap as we come up behind number 15, Nave. Use some of his slipstream to speed up this lap time even. Yeah, we are getting the slipstream. The only thing is I'm worried I'm going to be very close to him now at the corner. And I'm going to have to, yeah. That's slowing me down now. So, oh, he's left to right all over the place. Yeah, oh no, that ABS effect. Oh, mate! Come on, mate, that wasn't a great move. I was on your inside, I was braking for the corner. You didn't need to come and knock into me like that. Anyway, let's see how that lap's done for me, lap times. Oh, we've gone up a little bit now, running 13th. Only 7.6 seconds behind the leader now, that's good, happy with that. Can we improve on that, hopefully? Do you know, I find this ABS effect so... I really don't like the effect it has on the steering. I might just turn it off because it's like a very dry track, and I think my braking power is high enough that I won't spin it if I do turn the ABS off, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll do that when I'm on the straight though. It's not good adjusting settings when you're mid-drive. Okay, down the hill. Oh, screwing that up a bit. Oh, I heard the car ground out there a little bit. Right, brakes. Close to the inside. Don't hit the outside. Yes. Right, let's sort, once we've got up through the gears, let's sort those ABS settings out. Turn off that ABS, there we go. And possibly, I think, I'm going to turn off the traction control as well. See if I get faster lap times with that all switched off. Right, so here we go, braking at this corner for the first time without ABS. And yes, it's much better. So, yeah, the ABS effect on the steering in this sim is so bad, I actually want to be turning it off. So it's something that I think could be looked at. Right, well, there we go. That's the AI taking control of the car because practice is over. Nemesis 69 is saying ABS high, traction control off, works a treat. I do find, Nemesis, I don't know if you find this, but literally with the ABS on, once it kicks in, rather, obviously, with my pedals, I haven't got any motors on my pedals, so I'm not getting a kind of effect on the pedal, but, you know, on the wheels, you'd feel the wheels sort of moving slightly as each wheel sort of grabs on the brakes on and off, struggles to get, but with this, the wheel is literally wants to sort of do that. So I'm not really sure if that's all that realistic. It's actually making the driving worse. And Nemesis 69 did a 2 minute 2 seconds. What, a 2 minute 2 seconds at this track in a Porsche? That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. Let's have a quick look at the Book of Faces. I'll stick another video link on my Facebook page. You got a 2 minutes dead. 2 minutes dead in a McLaren. Hey, Pete! Pete's here. Peter Stern has just joined us. Peter Stern, my mate Peter Stern, who runs our server in Cambridge. He's just he's watching from the bath. He said he's in the bath. You're having a nice bath, Pete. You're getting nice and clean. You filthy man. Oh, right, is Bathurst in... He's typed is Bath, which I'm thinking it means he's in the bath. Is Bathurst in tier 4? Tier 4. Yes, because you can only play Bathurst from your bedroom on your computer. We're in qualifying. So I've now got to attempt to get a good qualifying lap. Looks like the race is 10 laps, so that's quite a substantial amount of time. That's going to be a good 23 minutes, I'd say, of racing. Come and get in the race, Pete. Wonder if hang on, let's see if our other YouTube viewer is actually in here. No, can't see him. That was let's see. Inklemite. He was going to join. I don't think he's in here yet. So we'll start. How's the stream looking, Pete? Oh, this is weird. I've gone to the pits and for some reason there's... Oh, I'm in the same pit box as another car. Which has just driven right through me. That's very disconcerting when you're racing in VR. Obviously I'm not in VR now, but when you are in VR and another car drives straight through you, it's really weird. That only happens in the pits or in practice sessions. Obviously in the race everything's going to be solid. Looks good. Nemesis said he's never seen that before. It does happen sometimes when the game sort of misplaces, you know, too many cars in different pit boxes. Things get mixed up. It's usually fine by the race. Super London Cars is saying lockdown is annoying. Yeah, I suppose in London you've got to stay indoors more because easy for things to spread in a close-knit community. But I hope, you know, no one you know or is close to you is getting ill or anything like that. No one here has got ill. In fact, the hospital here is, you know, nice and quiet, luckily. Okay, right behind Robbo. 3 Porsches in a row here. We got this white and black Porsche, me and the orange and blue, and then a nice yellow one behind us. See if we can get past them on the straight. So I need some clear track space in front of me to try and set this lap time. Oh, bit of a car just... Oh no! Clattered the wall. How very embarrassing. Come on, man. You've only got to get one decent lap time in. Racing online, live on YouTube for the first time. Oh, I'm excited. You know, doing the race with the AI live was one thing, but this is going to be live with real people. If you just joined the stream and you see the cars ghosting there, we are in qualifying, so basically cars will ghost on their outlap. In the race, everything will be solid. As we start our journey up the mountain here. And hard on those brakes. Getting much better braking without the ABS than I was with it on, because I can get the brakes right up to locking point and keep them there, either with the ABS kicking in or out. Easy to do that on a dry track. ABS very good on a wet track, you know, saving you from cadence braking, but I do sometimes find you're faster without ABS if you're, you know, your braking foot's reasonably well timed and sensitive to these things. Oh, tight to the inside there. Tight to the inside there. Don't hit the wall. Oh, dearie me. Bloody hell, an overtake there? That was impressive. Mr. Can't see his name yet. Eliel Sales. This is going to be quite the race, I think. Okay, braking hard. I just slightly screwed up the braking there on the penultimate corner. Let's try and make this lap a good one. And here the tyres screeching for grip there. Quite pleased with that corner. Might have braked earlier than I needed to there, really not pleased with the left-hander there. Is that the Widowmaker behind me? Oh, it seemed to have lost a bit of power on the revs there, I'm not quite sure why. Okay. Oh, yes! Barely fit a credit card in between me and the wall there, and there, pleased with that. I love this track. It's like Pinball Alley, this section of the track. If you get it right, you feel so good, but if you get it wrong, oh, you get it really wrong. Oh, all the curbing. Trick is not to go too fast down that helter-skelter there, so you can just make it smooth rather than just bombing away, because you'll end up in a wall. Now we can relax a bit, doing 250 kilometers per hour with one hand in my nice super stable GT3 car here. Both hands back on the wheel for that corner there. Not quite as good as I'd like to it have been. Under the tackle sign, and can we get this corner right this time? Yes, very happy with that. Little bit of back end going as we put the power down there and across the line. Let's see how we're doing lap times wise. We are in 9th position, so I'm pretty average. 10th position, I'm really average now. Someone's just taken 9th position, I'm in 10th. Can I brake a little bit later for this corner here? Yes! Right, okay, let's try and better that lap time with this one then. Carry the speed through! Tank Slapper tried to start there, just caught it. Too much right foot coming out of the corner. Oh, very close to the wall. Getting loose now. Oh, so close to the wall. Keep my foot down as hard as possible, as much as possible. Right, smoothness through here, rather than just all out speed. Smooth, this is what you want. Down the corkscrew. Oh! Car stopped right in the middle of the track there. This is the final lap, because qualifying is now over. Thank you, Nemesis69, who's just complimented me on a smooth lap. Thank you very much indeed. Do check out Nemesis' channel as well. He is one fast driver, as most people are compared to me. My name is TARMAC Terrorist, but generally it's me who gets terrorised by the tarmac, not me. Oh, 11th place. So out of 19th now, only 19 people in the 7hour, so I'm in 11th place, so I am slightly worse than average. That's my title. Right, qualifying's over, AI has taken control of the car, I can't drive anymore, so let's go back to the pit box. And look, there we go again, we're stuck in a car in the pit box. Right, so we're now waiting for the host. This is it, guys. 10 laps of Bathurst, crikey. I could do with a drink, but I don't think I've got time to get one. Okay. Right. So 10 laps. So this race is done in laps, and this, luckily, with the fuel settings in the setup here, it tells you how many laps 33 litres of fuel do. So I can just, you know, I don't need to think too much about what amount of fuel I need to put in. It's 10 laps, so let's stick 11, nearly 12 laps of fuel in there, just to be on the safe side. Are you on Insta? Says Super London Cars. No, I'm not. I've never been on that. Let's just get a pit strategy going as well, in case we have to pit. How much time have we got? 1 minute 14. So our pit strategy is going to be, I'll just call it Bath. We'll create that. And basically, fuel and tyres, I don't want the pit boys to put any fuel in. I don't want them to put any tyre changes in. I just want them to fix the damage if I get any. So we'll have that set to yes. That's done. Cool. Save that. Continue. Done. Okay. Facebook, yes, Super London. I am on Facebook as, you'll find me as Paul McCaffrey, which is MCCAFFREY. 30 seconds to the race. Everyone's ready, apart from Ellie Seals, Steve, and me. So I better get hitting the start button. So here we go. I've hit ready. We've got 15 seconds before we start, unless everyone clicks their ready button before then. 10 laps of Bathurst with real... If you've just joined the stream, this is 10 laps of Bathurst on a virtual track with virtual cars driven by real drivers. Every one of the people in all of these cars is a real person sitting in a sim rig at home, like me, from whatever part of the world they're in. Here we go! We are green! Oh! Steve, there in the red and black McLaren, having a complete stall in front of us. That's made us lose a whole load of place. Whoa! We've got a touch from the grey McLaren there, who's just gone straight to everyone. Not good driving there, mate. The grey Mercedes there looks like he had a terrible ping, because I don't know if you noticed, his car moved from one side to the other very quickly in a very unrealistic motion. That's a bad ping. His connection to the server is not great. We're in 12th position. Coming up the mountain. And let's try and keep it as clean as possible. I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of a mess on this first lap. Getting very close to the red and black McLaren there. Oh, Porsche clattering the wall there already. Got around him safely. I'm more concerned with keeping the car intact at the moment than I am with gaining places, to be honest with you. But we'll still try and go reasonably fast. And hey, if we have a crash, then at least it's entertaining for you guys watching. I won't be looking at the comment section very much through this race because this track is rather demanding. There are a couple of long straights though, as you know, if you know the track, so I will try and keep my eye on the comments through there. Keeping up with Solita in the red and black McLaren. Hopefully, I think I'm going to get a better exit out of the corner onto the straight. We're in his slipstream. But I know that McLaren's got the legs on the Porsche in a straight line, but we are in his slipstream. So hopefully we can keep with him. Yes, Nemesis, he did have... Oh my God! Bits of car going everywhere, 2 cars off! Onto the gravel track. That's definitely pit stops for those boys. We've got that grey and orange McLaren who took that huge dive down at the first corner, so hopefully he's not going to do the same to me. He is doing the same to me. Just spun off. Luckily before he tried to go for a gap that wasn't there and almost took out my back quarter. We've got a car, 2 cars, whoa! Just got slightly tapped by the Porsche. Shouldn't rejoin like that, mate. Don't rejoin. If there's a car coming your way and you're off track, you have to wait. But good news, we are up in 6th position. And we're intact. Bit of a dent on the right hand side of the car probably though. And I've gone very wide. Not happy with that corner at all. But I think the Merc went right there. And we got a nice line through the corner, so maybe we can make up some time on the McLaren through the bends here. Obviously on the straight, he's going to muller us. Oh, very close to the wall. Happy with that section now. Let's try and keep it sweet. We come down Pinball Alley, as I like to call it. Whoa! Bit too much speed carried into the corner there. Now, can we get this one right? Come on, oh, I'm too wide, too wide. Brakes locking up there. We've got green and yellow McLaren making a move on us there. Let's pull over. He is the faster car. That is Inkle Mike! Inkle Mike's in here. I'm racing side by side with Inkle Mike, who was just talking to us in the stream earlier. He's got the corner. I'm giving it to him. Oh! Hard on the brakes. Don't want to run to the back of him. Is that really Inkle Mike? Yes, it is! Ha ha! Who was just talking to us in the stream earlier. He's joined the race. He's in here. And he has taken me good and proper. But we're coming up very close behind. But that's as late as I dare leave the braking. I think we've got a little bit of better purchase out of the corner there. But watch this McLaren. Now we're in his slipstream. So we've got the joy of having him punching a hole in the air. But still the McLaren is getting away ever so slowly there. It's got the legs on this Porsche. Both made it through the corner there. It's lovely to be racing with a friend. So pleased he made it in here. And he is driving well. Look at that! You couldn't fit a credit card between... Oh, him! Oh, no! Him and the wall. And whilst I was concentrating on that, I've clattered the wall on both sides. Don't do it again there, Tarmac. And he's away. Good on you there, mate. Good control. Shoddy control on my part there. Right, let's get this braking right for the downhill section. Are we doing okay with the car though? Because we did, of course, clatter that wall. Everything seems to be alright. Steering doesn't seem to be off. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, we have picked up a little bit of damage. Steering is pulling slightly to the left. Does feel a tiny little bit off, but it's only slightly, so we can get away with not pitting to fix that. And he is away. Inkelmite is away. Oh, fluffed that corner completely. Too hard on the brakes. Locked up a little bit. Should have come off the brakes whilst it was turning. Load the front wheels up. Let them get the ground. I've done it again. In fact, my front tyres. There goes. That was our slightly dangerous driver from earlier in the grey and orange McLaren there. Nice paint job. I do like the matte. Loving these matte paint jobs. He's gone through. Oh, he's braking early. Bit of car stuck on the outside. That is Rainady. So I'm slightly wary of this guy. Give him a bit of space. We're coming up on a back marker, 11, car number 11, who's got bits and... Oh my god, he's all over the... Oh! I've just clattered the wall trying to avoid this guy there. He's got bits and pieces hanging off of his car. Oh, I think we got a touch there. Oh, we got some serious damage. That last slight touch. Oh. Oh no, disaster. I've got to get back on the track before a car turns up. I don't want to hit anyone. But I'm in a very precarious place at the moment, trying to get out everyone's way. And we'll take the runoff here, let that car past. Hopefully won't get a penalty if the game realises I'm doing that for safety's sake, and we haven't. That last touch seems to have given us some pretty severe damage. Avoiding the yellow Porsche there. Not the one in front of us. And the back end did really seem to lose it. Come through the corners there. We seem to be down on power as well. Very down on power. We're going to have to pit. I'm going to schedule a pit stop now. Power's coming back, but something is quite wrong with the car. It's intermittent. Let's get that pit speed limiter on. Find our pit crew. Where are they? There we go. Okay. Right, how long is this going to take? This is not looking like too bad a pit stop, he says, but now we're getting into double figures. It's going to be about 25 seconds, I think, this pit stop. 26, not far off. How are we doing for positions? We've dropped down into 9th position. We're nearly last out of 11 cars. Only 11 cars still left in it. That's half the field gone. A little late on my pit speed limiter there. Someone else has just left the session. 11 cars left. And the race is nearly only halfway through. Oh no! Terrible driving there. I need to remember to get on the brakes after the car has started turning, because use some of that trail braking to rotate the car round, otherwise it just locks up in a straight line. I've got my brake bias adjustment mapped to my steering wheel here, so I may want to just move the brake bias rearward a bit, which I wouldn't usually want to do on this track, because of course you're on the brakes all the way down this section here and you don't want the back end stepping out on you, but the default brake bias in this car seems to be quite far to the front, and I want to move that to the rear so I can use a bit more trail braking. So no, don't, we're stopped in the middle of the track. I've got to get out of here really quickly. I'm going to end up ruining someone's race if they come and clatter into me. What an embarrassment. We've done more damage to the car. We've bent a steering arm on the front end there. The steering is well off. As you can see, it's tilted to one side. Corner alright, we got a blue flag, because obviously I'm now a back marker, so that'll probably be Mr. Widowmaker. We're going to have to courteously let through. Right, let's move that brake bias rearward. It's Mr. Bullet, the fastest man on track, in first position. Does seem like the McLaren is the car to drive. Maybe turning the ABS off wasn't such a good idea, because I do seem to be locking up a hell of a lot now. So let's turn that on one level. Turn that back on. Oh, very wide. Right, I've just got to focus on keeping it smooth and finish the race. As Jackie Stewart once said, to win a race you first have to finish it. Very wise words indeed. Using all of the curb there for sure. Car not great on turning to the right. We lost a bit of steering angle on the right. But better braking on the downhill section there. Got quite a lot of vibration coming through the steering wheel. I think I've flat spotted the tyres. We'll just have to carry on regardless. We really haven't got time for another pit spot. I have to put up with that. Oh! Right, that's the ABS kicking in. You see the car weaving. I couldn't control it. It slid. I don't know if that's... The ABS certainly shouldn't be doing that. That's a problem with... Oh, the car is uncontrollable. I should have pitted for that damage. And now we're really damaged. Look at that. I'm going to finish the race, guys. But it isn't going to be in any respectable position at all. Look at the state of that. The car is all over the place under braking now. That's not the ABS. That is definitely a busted steering arm. Oh, it's hard trying to scroll through menus whilst you try to drive and not crash. This car is ruined. I've got to slow down. For some reason it's not letting me request a pit stop. We are in a state, guys. Let's just hope that the pit crew is there and ready, because I can't seem to properly request a pit stop. The car is in one hell of a mess. It's not turning very well to the left or right now. We've got a car behind us. Let him through. We'll go down the off-road as well. We're not gaining time, so we shouldn't get a penalty for it. And we are in last position. Well, I suppose, you know, the first race from a live stream. Oh, cloud the wall there. We made up a few positions. We didn't come last, but so I can be happy about that. This time around, though, but it does show you that there's. I do like the fact that this game engine has got actual, you know, real consequences if you crash. I still don't think it's severe enough, because you can have a head-on crash and the car will not completely disintegrate, and that'll be your race over. You can still actually drive it, but yeah. We're not quite BMG kind of damage levels here yet, but it's good, it's good, it's very performance impacting. There's our pit crew. Another pit stop now. And this one is going to take a while, folks. Oh, hello, is that the Widowmaker pitting there? We've actually moved up in positions. We're in position 8th. We've got Fabio behind us. And Maguve. Bullet is still in front. Widowmaker is second. This pit stop is going to be this is going to be a 1 minute pit stop. So I guess at least whilst that's happening, I can check the live stream. Let's turn the engine off there whilst we're waiting. Five concurrent viewers. 47 playbacks. Wow. See what Facebook's going. I know I've got plenty of time, so I'm not going to miss my pick exit. Right, let's close that window down. How are we doing? Yeah, that was definitely a 1 minute. Let's start the engine. Come on. I can't seem to start my engine. This is a disaster. Come on. Oh, we've got major problems here, guys. We have got major problems. We're rolling backwards, not moving. Engine start is not working. Can't get out of gear. This might be it, guys. Race over. We've got nothing. Nothing at all. No inputs working whatsoever. We have lost control completely. Ah, hang on. Right, this is me getting used to live streaming. Hadn't clicked on the game window, so it's not responding to inputs. It is now. I've got a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I've got my pit speed limiter on, but obviously it just got over that for a second because I was really ragging it. Impatience got the better of me. Damn. And we are dead last. On lap number 8. No, we are not dead last. We are 9th. We're not last. Unbelievably, we are not last as we come up the mountain. It would be absolutely amazing if we can finish this race not in last. Obviously, we're on lap 8, but the cars in front are a couple of laps ahead of us. So they have already completed the race. So we might be finishing the race earlier than lap number 10. Let's just get this car home safe. People are leaving the session. That's the people who have already completed their race already, I should imagine. "76 seconds before the end of the race session. Can we complete the lap in that time at least?" Oh, wow. ABS kicking in heavily there. The ABS kicking in like that, I know I'm braking far too hard, and that... Oh, that is it. 8th out of what started as 20 drivers. Oh, that was something. That was I'm not quite sure what to call it. A shambles on my driving pad, I say. Precision was not on our side. Let's just thank whoever the server is, here's Mr. Bullet, for the race. Thanks, Mr. Bullet. Oh no, he's not the server anymore and he's left. Just tell them they've been on YouTube. Well, let's see. Let's have a look at the live stream. So, live stream's been running for 2 hours, 1 minute now. So it's going to be interesting when I finish this to have a look back and see what you guys have been seeing. Someone has nominated me, the host. I need to approve them. Yes, I'll host. Why not? Someone's nominated me as the broadcaster. Do I accept? Yes, okay. I've never been nominated as a broadcaster before. I don't know how... there is a broadcast function on this sim, but it doesn't actually... But no, someone else has become the... Apparently I'm broadcasting through the game and also on YouTube at the moment. I don't quite know how that works. I've been nominated as the race director now. Well, okay, I guess I'm the race director. I'm going to have to jump out of that now because I really need a break. thank you for nominating me. Nemesis69 is saying that the broadcast mode is for watching and streaming races from trackside. Oh no, I'd quite like to do that. In fact, I'd definitely quite like to do that. I'll tell them I would. Might be too late. People are leaving. So how do you nominate people as... how do you nominate people to broadcast? There's only vote kick here. So how do you vote to... Ah, invite as race. I've never seen this before, Nemesis. And director as well. That's interesting. I thought you could just nominate to host. Invite as race director, invite as broadcaster. So I guess race director lets you pick and track the pick and choose the cars, that sort of thing. But seeing as everyone's left, I think I'm going to leave that now because I could do with a break. So I'm going to close this down. That's going to be something I'm going to look into at a later date. Let's get OBS back up. Make my ugly mush bigger. And what can we do with this here? So, yeah. So, first ever live YouTube session. I hope you guys have been watching, enjoyed that. I'm looking at the stats here. It's the first time ever doing this. I'm fascinated by all of this. It's fantastic technology. It's showing me that we had the most views by the looks of it, between 245 and 250. Just checking the rate. I'm not sure what rate relates to. Playbacks. Oh, we've had a lot of playbacks. A lot of playbacks indeed. Looks like we've had about nearly 50. 8 concurrent viewers at one time. Well, seeing as this isn't really an advertised stream, I'm quite happy with that. Got a few likes. Well, Nemesis, Pete, Andy, and also Icklemite, Dan Howard. Thanks everyone for joining me on this little experiment. You know, and in future I hope to do more of these in a more professional manner. Oh, Nemesis says, well done on your first live stream. Thanks, mate. Look forward to having a race with you online sometime. And I'm going to end the stream now. And yeah, success, I think. Cheers, everyone. May even see you a little bit later today. You know, it's not like we've got anything to do. Merry Christmas.